Now, in 2017, Kenya moved to the forefront of the global war on single-use plastic bags when it outlawed the manufacturing, sale, importation and distribution of plastic carrier bags in the country.
Nearly 5 years later, and plastic bags are slowly creeping back into our kitchens, our markets and workplaces. A Citizen TV crew recently found out how easy it is to purchase the plastic bags from the streets, despite the hefty fine attracted by those who violate the law. Ben Kirui and Waiga Mwaura tell us more.
Around the globe, Kenya's image remains in the Environmental Hall of Fame after the country led the way in the fight against single-use plastic, imposing one of the world's toughest bans in 2017. Overnight, it became illegal to use single-use plastic bags, and anyone found with them risked a fine of between 2 to 4 million Kenya shillings or a jail term of 1 to 2 years or both. But nearly 5 years down the line, something has changed, and we are out to find out what and why. Before the ban was effected, it was estimated that over 100 million plastic bags were dispensed across shops and markets in this country every year. Now, after the ban, those numbers went down drastically because of the harsh measures put in place. But right now, it's an open secret that you can easily get a plastic bag in any market across this country. Our first stop, downtown Nairobi, the Kamkunji area. An informer had told us that we would certainly be assisted to get the outlawed carrier bags at this ever-busy trading area. However, our efforts here proved futile. Around the OTC bus stage, we came close, but our cover was blown after the black market sellers became suspicious on noticing our parked vehicle across the road. At this store, we are told to go away and come back the following day. But our breakthrough finally comes. We've managed to convince a sugarcane trader that we are also vendors in need of a bale of plastic bags. He directs us to his supplier operating from Kibra.
Hey bro, nimefika.
Determined not to blow our cover, a member of the team alights meters away from the agreed meter point. Our contact is waiting for us, oblivious of our mission. And shortly after, we convince him that we are indeed legitimate business people in need of his product. He dashes off to bring us some samples. After what seems like an eternity, our contact reappears carrying our consignment.
Mimi kubali nikaenda kotini unajua. Kwa hiyo ukasema sasa mimi ni wanauzaga 10, 20. Na hiyo sasa 5. Kuna jamaa alishikwaga hapa akapiga 150.
Kama biashara nyingine ni tamu. Pesa iko.
After paying for the pieces, we hurriedly leave. Mission accomplished. But it isn't just Nairobi where plastic bags are easily available. Our teams in Mombasa, Garissa and Busia were able to easily access plastic bags. What was once traded secretly, now openly displayed.
Ninauza makaa, tunafunga kwa karatasi. Na serikali amekataa makaratasi. Tunafunga maserikali ndio hao wamekuja, tunakimbizana nao. Tunahangaika tuna kitu ya kufunga makaa.
Hasa kama maziwa tunataka makaratasi ya nylon ile ndogo hii yenye walisema hawataka ndogo hiyo. Ndio tunataka kwa sababu ndio inatusaidia kufunga hata maziwa.
And we got some which I want to present to you so that you don't find them in my care. Our next stop is the National Environmental Management Authority headquarters in Nairobi. We hand over the plastic bags to the Director General, Mamoboru. We are seeking answers on why single-use plastic bags are still plentiful 5 years after the ban.
This is a banned plastic flat bag. And as NEMA, we've been doing enforcement on this. And we are not sure whether this is from within the country or from our neighboring country.
NEMA acknowledges the existence of the plastic bags, but blames the country's porous borders for the influx.
We do not have manufacturers now doing plastic bags in our country. The challenge we have is the porous border point, where because our neighbors have not banned the plastics, especially the carrier bags. So there is a likelihood that these bags get into our country, but we've enhanced our inspections.
In July 2018, Citizen TV uncovered the dirty tricks used by unscrupulous business people to smuggle huge quantities of polythene into Kenya from neighboring Uganda despite the government ban. Some of the traders use illegal crossings through which they would sneak in other contraband material, while the daring ones simply pass through the official border points where only minimum checks are made by officers. They do this very well, knowing that offenders face prison terms or fines.
We have prosecuted a number of culprits. I remember last year about one, we got someone in Syokimau, and he was given the jail term.
The Kenya Association of Manufacturers initially criticized the implementation of the ban, since Kenya was home to an estimated 170 plastic-producing companies.
The immediate impact of the ban was that we stopped having the single-use plastic bags on the streets. We stopped having them in trees. We stopped having animals ingesting them. However, what is still yet to be realized is the full impact of removing plastics from the environment through proper waste management and recycling.
But now they are part of a task force that is working together with other stakeholders to look at how the balance between job creation in the manufacturing sector and conservation of the environment can be achieved. The latest revelations come in the wake of a UN report 3 months ago that described plastics as the largest, most harmful and most persistent fraction of marine litter.
Locally, we had a challenge that was very clear. It reached a point where most of our trees, you would find more of the plastics on trees than the leaves itself. There was also a big outcry on pollution and the end of the materials that was there. And therefore, it was getting to a bad crisis.
But latest studies now suggest that human beings are in danger as they ingest the plastics through seafood, drinks, and even common salt, posing untold health risks. We
found that a lot of animals, domestic animals that were taken for sale into those places, they had plastic in them. And this emancipation led to a situation where the farmer lost the value of the animals that they were selling.
A special gathering of the United Nations Environment Programme, UNEP, getting underway in Nairobi, is due to discuss the growing plastic menace and devise ways of achieving global cooperation to stem the tide. Wahiga Mwaura, Citizen TV.